What are your thoughts on 50-50 relationships?
What does that mean, 50-50 relationships?
You pay half, I pay half.
I'm old school.
See, that's me.
I'm old school. I'm going to pay for everything.
In this space where many men are speaking on men's issues, there's a chorus of people saying that there's a grift element. And whether that cannot be confirmed nor denied, what must be acknowledged is that there is a bigger grift, and it can be seen in the first comment underneath this video of Shannon Sharpe speaking with Kirk Franklin. Shannon is so bitter at his big age, shaking my head. The real grift can be seen here.
See, that's me.
I'm old school. I'm going to pay for everything.
Oh, but hold on. If you pay for everything, are you expecting old school values in a new school woman? Because that's not how they're wired.
But they can be.
Here you can hear the grift beginning when Kirk Franklin alludes to the fact that a woman's femininity is directly dependent on a man's level of masculinity.
If you pay for everything, are you expecting old school values in a new school woman? Because that's not how they're wired.
But they can be. I think that every woman would be grateful for a man to step up and take leadership in the right way. The problem is the lack of love, compassion, and the lack of still having a voice in your significant other is the thing that we as men fail at.
Blame it on Jermaine. Right? Yeah.
The sweetest honey to certain women's ears is to hear that their relationship issues are not their fault. And here, Kirk Franklin delivers. The problem is the lack of love, compassion, the lack of still having a voice in your significant other is the thing that men fail at. He here blames it on Jermaine.
It's because there is this authoritarian mindset that we also have that if I'm contributing and leading everything, that I contribute and lead everything.
Right.
But there still should be an equal voice and an opinion and view that we must consider, that we must acquiesce to at times, because there's a wisdom and a knowledge that a woman brings to the table that we benefit from. And so, but a lot of that is our own insecurities, right. A lot of the ways that we were raised.
To the attentive ear, words like authoritarian and insecurity jump out at you as you hear Kirk Franklin refer to a traditional type of masculinity that now has been deemed toxic. But nowhere can the grift be seen any clearer than the juxtaposition he makes in his next point.
What's a good place to take someone on a first date? You know, there's this thing, this viral moment with the Cheesecake Factory.
I saw it.
What's a good place to go on a first date, and how much should one spend?
I think the best place to go on a first date is to ask her where she want to go.
Oh, no. No.
Why?
Big in, big
Why?
on.
Why?
What is seen here is the all too familiar grift of modern women. Kirk Franklin is appealing to men to fulfill the traditional wants of women. Pay for everything, be the breadwinner. However, previously he just spoke of authoritarian ideas and men's lack of compassion. This is the juxtaposition of fulfill traditional males' roles, but acquiesce to the modern demands and desires of modern women. One that pays very well.
No!
Why?
Big in, big
Why?
on.
Why?
Because she says, I want to go to this 5-star restaurant where you already know if you just order the water, it's $50.
But what's wrong with her saying that? What's
wrong with me saying no? No.
So, first of all, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem with that.
What's unfortunate about this kind of grifting, and yes, I consider it a grift, is that for young ladies looking for solutions in their relationships, it feeds them a continued delusion not based in reality. Let's just say Shannon been single and he will stay single. Kirk Franklin is wise because he's been married. I like his advice. And this is why Kirk and Tammy have been happily married for 27 years. Shannon Sharpe is so bitter. Who hurt you, boo? I pray for any women who can deal with him. The fact that Shannon is rich but has adapted the broke man's mindset is really telling. He doesn't value women at all, and it's obvious with the content he's putting out. Teach him, Kirk.
A partnership works when you can carry their 20 or they can carry your 20. Everyone says marriage should be 50-50. It's the biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard. We quantify where we are. He'll be like, I got 20. And I'll be like, I'll cover you. I'll pull the 80.
This is Nikadiwa, one of my favorite interracial families to watch on social media. And what they illustrate in this YouTube short is that the modern marriage is a combination of traditional values along with the modern ideals of working together, of sacrifice on both ends, something that is not mirrored in much of today's modern women conversation. What men are looking for today is what men have always looked for. What passport bros are flying across seas to find is what men have always looked to find in a woman: a helpmeet. Someone that does not see merely their presence as completion of the feminine role in the relationship. If there will be a marrying of roles, marry the roles on both ends. That is why beautiful couples like these are the envy of passport bros. Two people working together to build a family.
Sometimes we come home and I'll say, I've got 10. And Steve, like 2 days ago, said, I'm riding a solid 25. So we know that we have to sit down at the table anytime we have less than 100 combined and figure out a plan of kindness toward each other. Marriage is not something that's 50-50. A partnership works when you can carry their 20 or they can carry your 20.
Black men aren't going overseas because we're looking to be authoritarians. We aren't going overseas because we are insensitive. And we aren't going overseas because we can't get women at home. Men are going overseas to find a helpmeet. Someone that values family and sacrifice more than temporary pleasure and happiness. If we are to live in a society where we marry the new roles of men and women, men must receive something in the deal that makes the risk worth it. And for men getting on airplanes and boats looking for helpmeets, what's worth it is a woman that understands when a man takes up 100% of the traditional masculine role, or 80%, or even 60%, if you're not going to cooperate with him, then it's not worth it for him, and he doesn't need you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.